Meanwhile, German Defence Minister Boris Pistorius is in New Delhi. The high-level visit aims to strengthen the bilateral defence cooperation and also explore avenues for strategic partnership between New Delhi and Germany. The German Defence Minister will meet his Indian counterpart Rajnath Singh today. Now, while the specific details about his visit remain under the carpet, the reports say that the visit's agenda includes promoting a submarine deal between the two nations. Meanwhile, tomorrow, Boris Pistorius will travel to Mumbai, where he is likely to visit India's Western Naval Command and Mazgon dock shipbuilders. Now, before arriving in India, Pistorius told news outlet DW News that India's dependence on the Russian weapons is not in Germany's long-term interests. While New Delhi's security cooperation with the Western nation has increased, it continues to rely on Russia for its defense and oil imports. India has a long-standing security ties with Russia and has refused to condemn the Ukraine invasion over the past year. However, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi he told Vladimir Putin last year that this was not a time for war. India was one of the first countries to end the state of war with post-war Germany in 1951. It was also amongst the first countries to recognize the Federal Republic of Germany. Today, Germany is amongst India's most important partners, both bilaterally and also in the global context. Now, bilateral defense cooperation agreement was signed in the year 2006, which provides a framework for annual consultations. Remember, Berlin is also among New Delhi's Indo-Pacific allies. And for more on this, we are now being joined by Principal Diplomatic Correspondent Siddhant Sibal. Hi Siddhant, good to see you. Now, the German Defence Minister will be meeting his Indian counterpart in just a short while from now. What are some of the defence deals that are expected to be inked today?
Well, two key focus areas. First, of course, the submarine deal. Now, India is looking to induct more submarines. It has a project as well, and focus is to get foreign partners for it. And Germany, it looks like, fits the bill. In fact, the German Defence Minister, ahead of his India visit, spoke to a German broadcaster and talked about that how he will be pitching for the submarines. The second, of course, remains the wider issue of the Indo-Pacific, free and open Indo-Pacific, something that is being talked about globally, especially by the Americans and Europeans. Now, Germany was one of the first countries to issue a policy when it comes to Indo-Pacific. Its ships visited India last year, and focus is that there will be more visits by German ships in the region to India as well. So how both countries work together in the Indo-Pacific, how Berlin sees New Delhi as a key partner in the Indo-Pacific remains another key issue of conversation, given that both New Delhi and Berlin are aware of the Chinese aggressive actions in the region.
Right, Siddhant, also to let our viewers know, the German Defence Minister has met the Indian Defence Minister, and we have the live shots right now. The German Defence Minister is now receiving the Guard of Honour at the Indian Defence Ministry. Let's just have a look. Right, Siddhant. Now, as the German Defence Minister is in New Delhi, right now he's receiving the Guard of Honour. Let's also talk about how before arriving in New Delhi, he said that India's dependence on the Russian weapons is not in Germany's long-term interest. What kind of message is being sent out here?
Well, we all know the views of the Europeans when it comes to Russia in the aftermath of Russia-Ukraine conflict. They're strong anti-Russia view. We know that how there have been, of course, engagement with New Delhi. There is a strong awareness when it comes to Europe and America that India is a close partner of Russia, and Russia contributes majorly to India's defense equipments. Now, India at the same time is also diversifying as well, not becoming too dependent on one country. We have seen just yesterday when it comes to the US Defense Secretary Austin visiting, the focus was on collaboration. It now looks certain that the GE deal will pass through, and with the Europeans as well, they are also keen to help India in terms of diversifying. India, of course, is focusing on Make in India, that the technology should be brought to India and they should be manufacturing in India. That helps India in the larger way. India is one of the key importers of defense equipments globally. So India wants to reduce that reduces the outflow of foreign exchange as well. So there are multiple factors, and the comment, of course, has 2 points. First, that the Germans are keen to help New Delhi. Second, of course, their views about Russia, that they don't see Russia as a reliable partner, something that is very different for New Delhi. New Delhi does see Moscow as a reliable partner, and there's a history as well how Russia in the past, especially in the 70s, when the West obviously did not like New Delhi very much, how the Russians were supportive of India, especially during the 1971 war, when, of course, we know that the Soviets played a key role in terms of supporting India at the international community when the West was very anti-India.
Right, Siddhant, we'll of course be tracking this story very closely on WION. Thanks very much for joining us on WION at this hour.